Hi, welcome to Creative Glamour. I'm Cecilia. I'm going to show you how to do a bright, colorful eye using these colors. Remember, you can build your own 10 shade palettes out of any of the 72 colors. You can even add lipsticks into those. So to start off with, I am going to prep my eye area with some concealer and eye primer, which I've already done, and I'm just going to smooth it through before I actually start applying any coloring. So to start off with, I'm going to use my white, which is Snow, in the inner corner of the eye. And a great way of getting these bright colors to stick and be really prominent is to do more of a dab motion than a sweep motion. I'm going to dust off that color and I'm going to go into my yellow. And I'm going to go for my lime. Going back into my Snow and just lightening my white area that little bit more. And now I'm going to go with a little bit of Parrot. So with a new brush, I would like to go and really emphasize the dark areas. So I'm going to start off with using a little bit of black, which is the specific color is Night Light. To create some blending, just use a clean brush. So once you've got the intensity that you want, you can go in with another shade. So I would like to add some blue to the bottom of that. And now I can get a really nice dark blue. Remember that it's quite easy to wipe off any excess that falls at the bottom. So if you have any fallout, you can just remove that with a wet wipe or a makeup remover wipe. Remember that blue is always one of those colors that does tend to go to the bottom. So now I'm going to go in with some purple. So make sure you remove any excess color on your brush, and you can actually give this some blending. I'm going back in with my blue and just emphasizing my blue areas. Going back to white. When you reapply, you get to have that intensity that you really want to get. So I often feel by applying color and then leaving it and then applying again, it does help to build that color so that you can get a really bold eye. I'm reapplying some lime and Parrot mixed together. Now I'm just taking a bigger blending brush with no color on it, and I'm just blending my purple that little bit more before I start applying my warm reddish tone that I'm planning on doing. This is a very soft blending left to right strokes. So what I'm going to be going for now is Lust, but because Lust is so potent, be careful. You really just want to be using a small amount. And between my crease color and my brows, I'm going to go with Snow again. So to give it a little bit more blending, I'm going to go with even a little bit of about pink. So these kind of eyes, because they've got so much color, it's always good to let it settle, carry on with something else, and then refocus, look at them again, see if there's anything you'd like to change. So now I'm just going to be removing the blue underneath the eye area. For this particular model, I am going to be using a combination of number 2 and number 4. Where you want a heavier application, you can just do more of a dab motion. If you want a lighter application, using a wet sponge already does help for that, but by sweeping your foundation a little bit more, you'll also get a lighter coverage. Always remember when you're wearing a cape with a model that you just do check it a little bit with the neckline and the chest line. You don't want the model's neck or chest to be a lot darker than their face. Maybe they use a lot of sunblock all the time, then their face might actually appear lighter than what it is. I'm now going to go in with a little bit of number 5 and just make sure I blend it into my hairline, bring in a little bit more color where it's needed. In the concealer palette, if you use the contour color with any of the light skin colors that's closest to your skin tone, you can get actually a really nice ashy contour that if you want to create a bit of a shadowing underneath the cheekbones, it works quite great. And remember that you need to set this foundation now with a powder, whether it's the HD or the translucent. You can just apply it after the step. So now after applying foundation underneath your eye area, you can actually apply some colors at the bottom of the eye area if you wish. So I'm going to start with doing a little bit of blue, adding a little bit of purple and lust mixed together. And now I'm going to go back to my About Pink and just connecting those outer corners and giving a little bit of extra blending. Bringing in my green again by mixing Parrot and Lime. Mixing a little bit of Crazy Daisy with Snow and touching my inner corner with that. So just remember to go through your eye area with a brush before you apply any powder, so that any foundation that went into the lines and wrinkles, that you can just smooth that out again. So for this I would like to apply the black pencil in the inner rim of the eye. For my brows, I'll just be using Exotic Spice to fill them in. I'm just taking my small angled brush, and I'd like to add a little bit more black liner at the bottom. Now I can go in with my gel liner, also with my small little angle brush. So for this blusher, I'm going to use even a little bit of this About Pink. And I really want to bring in that pink all the way to the cheekbone at the top area here. And with a clean brush, I'm just going to give it a little bit more blending. But to really have that soft pink color is what I'm trying to achieve. For my contour, what I would like to use is a little bit of caramel and nude, and just emphasize my contouring that little bit more. And going back in with just some caramel. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of highlighter. I'm using the body bronzer just to give it a hint of extra bling, and then just dusting that off. It can go a little bit closer to my eye area for this specific look. So for my lip color, what I've done is I've mixed some LPP2 and LPP8 together to get a nice bright pink, but it's too bright for what I want. So what I'm going to do first is use a little bit of concealer and cover my lip area. And once I've done that, I'm going to apply my pink color over these lips. So if you want to have more focus onto your eye area and not your lips, and you want to fade out your lips, take that pink color off, remove most of it, take some concealer and just dab that concealer right over that lip color, and then you will automatically have that pinky tone, but almost a fleshy tone over it. So it's just a pink undertone. That's also nice to do a really very nude look, very nude lip, so that basically at this point you can only see eyes and the lips kind of fade away. Thank you for watching.